Good evening, everybody. So, I hope you have had an awesome day. And I'm just going to start. And if anybody joins, feel free. So, I have been playing around again with like Facebook. And what's interesting is being able to write on the screen. And so today, as part of the week challenge, although I've been recording daily, I just thought, let me join you folks and record something about my experience today, which I want to impart on you too, especially if you're struggling with like mind over matter. So my day today started off a little bit slower than expected. And the reason for that was my mind. So my mind, I just believe that as much as we want to be, have a positive outset, from the beginning, there's going to be days where you're going to still be posed with challenges. And the 6 a.m. calls are great if I can get on them, not if, but when. So I'm planning to do that from like next week onwards, and hopefully I'll be on the same time frame. So just in case if you miss like the 6 o'clock a.m. course, hello Oliver, thanks for joining. Mind over matter is more about how do you face those challenges when you've got like, some negative thoughts. So what was happening for me this morning was along the lines of my mind was telling me that I usually have detox. I go through like a detox process. I also have like lemon juice like in the morning. So my mind was saying, not today, I don't need this. And then I was thinking about the whole process. I was thinking about cutting off the vegetables, the process, and having to clean the actual blender itself. So my mind was already running ahead of me. And then part of me had to say, wait a minute, what's happening here? So what was happening for me is that my mind was getting back into like the comfort zone. And that can happen sometimes, is that when we are posed with challenges, our mind will want to take us back to the familiar and to say, no, it's okay. You don't actually want to try that new thing, that new challenging thing. Although this is not a new process for me, it was just like one of those days. So I had a dialogue with like myself and thought, is this an actually rational internal dialogue? And what is this all about? Because I know what the positive benefits are of detox. So I erased those thoughts like from my mind and continued with the task. And then voila, the benefits is that I get to enjoy like my juice, which I know I needed. So there can be times like that in life, is that when you're challenged, it's being in tune with your mind and what's going on. And is that dialogue actually rational? Is it actually making sense? And then going further, it's looking at, could it potentially be fear if you're trying something new? And that's why your mind might actually be encouraging you to not go forward with that new venture. And sometimes it can also be like my situation where it was as easy as boiling water, but my mind was running ahead saying, that's such a chore, or, the lemons, and the dialogue could go on and on. But when I exercised, when I had the detox, completed the detox process, I felt better. So that's always the outcome, is that no matter how scary it might be, or, the mind controlling or wanting to be in that comfort zone, ultimately the experience, although it may be a little bit daunting or off-putting at times, the experience will be so much more pleasurable, after you've tried it. And so the other thing that I'm also trying in terms of like mind over matter, it's also thinking about the environment. So I've joined a group of people. We're going on a 30-day detox, not going anywhere really, but it's more about detoxing from daily things that happen. So that's been easy for me to do that like in my own environment. But at the moment, I'm not at home in my own environment. So once in a while, I'll be passing by the lounge, and there'll be the TV in the background. So one of the things that we are doing is about detoxification, or detoxing from like news and from newspapers, which I actually don't buy. But it's thinking about what else can you detox from your life aside from the nutrients, things that we eat? Is there anything else that might be impacting, or taking away your opportunity to be able to achieve like what you want to achieve in life? So for me, I was having this dialogue with my mom, who so loves the news. And then afterwards, she's just like, oh my goodness, I can't believe what's happening. Yeah, so we're having this dialogue, and she's like, oh, you might be missing something if I don't watch the news like once in a while. Then I thought about it. I was like, no, not really. I don't think I will be missing something. If I really want to hear it, I'm pretty sure some people will eventually tell me, oh, I can select what I want to watch, but it's not going to be like on a daily basis. So I don't feel like that's actually informing me in terms of like what I want to best serving me, what I want to achieve in life. And in the past, I used to be like one of these people. I was like, yes. I was chatting with like my friends over the weekend, and she was talking about not being able to let go of her TV, one of my friends, and that she had to have 4 TV channels recording so that she wouldn't miss like her program. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing that people invest that much time, in watching the programs and on a daily basis. So could that also be something that if you're feeling like you haven't had the time to be creative, or you feel like you're distracted by things, could you detox from TV, and cut down a little bit on it so that you can focus on what you need to do or what you need to achieve in life? So my routines mainly are not TV. If I watch TV, then I'm watching something that's like a movie or a film, as we call it in the UK. And that will be something that I select, and it will be maybe once a week. But most of my days are filled with like educational information. And I was one of these people who thought, oh, I couldn't survive without it. But it becomes so much easier when you have, this type of group to motivate you. And then also when you know your reason why, your time is filled up with doing things that are educational, doing things that will actually enable you to develop like more confidence over time, and also to acquire like new knowledge, educational programs, inspirational and motivational programs, which, so healthy for the mind. So that's all I wanted to share today, and hopefully I'll be able to connect later on. I believe it's like Safia who may be contributing today, so that's at 9 p.m. So thank you for anybody who's going to be watching this on replay, and thank you, Oliver, for joining me. Bye.